Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's new makeup releases. We are going to chat about the new makeup that's been released, announced, and sneak peeked, and I am going to let you know all about my thoughts about them, whether or not I want to pick them up, whether or not I want to leave them in this store, and then you let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And remember, it's okay to disagree, hate having to do this spiel. Some people get very upset about makeup. It's just colored powder. It's okay if you hate it, it's okay if I hate it. And if you haven't been here before, do consider subscribing because I do upload quite a lot of videos every week, all about makeup, all about beauty. Although right now I'm taking it a little bit slow in January. We all need to breathe in the fresh air of 2023 and just think about, you know, rethink our life choices. But I would love to see you here in my next video as well. Okay, is there that many new things to talk about? I ask myself this every week. I did film this look. It's gonna be live. It's probably gonna be the first video that's live next week, probably Monday or Tuesday. I filmed it. It's like a get ready with me trying some new affordable makeup from Ulta. Plus, I am answering some questions. I got some questions over at Instagram, so it's like a Q&A get ready with me kind of a style of a video. That's gonna be live next week. If you're wondering about what I'm wearing on my face, I'll put that in a pinned comment down below. And also if you're wondering about any of the things that I'm talking about in this video, if you're like, what did she mention? What was that brand? Where can I find it? Everything is going to be linked down in the description box. And if you do shop through my links, thank you so much for supporting my channel. So let me scoochy to the side, shoop, and move this light a bit as well. All lights on me. And we can talk about the things that have been announced and released. Let me talk about the thing where I'm like, ooh, I actually do want to get this. I put this in my like wish list at Ulta, and this is that About Face has released a fully new product. This is the Cherry Pick Lip Color Butter. It is described as a super glossy high shine balm that instantly melts onto skin, leaving behind a pigmented kiss of color. It has a fruity scent. Love me that. It is $15. It comes in 14 shades, and I think that this looks really intriguing. I want to pick up one color and see, is this formula like, because there are so many formulas that are described like this, and some of them are more glossy and softer, some of them are a little bit more like, it holds together a little bit more, so it doesn't come off as much on the lips, it's not as pigmented. I want to see like, what does this remind me of, because there are so many formulas like this on the market, so I'm very intrigued to be trying it out. I think it's one of those that you click up as well, which tells me that it's probably one of those more softer formulas. So I think that when I make an order from Ulta, I think I will be picking one of those up because I'm very intrigued to see what this is all about. Another thing that I'm very intrigued to see what it's all about is this new sneak peek from Charlotte Tilbury, and she's coming out with more blushes in those like the poofy ones. This is the one from Tarte, but it's one of those that has the poofs and you like open and close the packaging and you get the product out. But it seems like she's coming out with some matte colors. I'm not all about that, but I will say, if it is the same blendable formula as she has in her other products, I feel like this one would be a really high quality product, and also something that probably would blend together really well with her highlighters so that you can create your own custom glow. There is one that seems to be more of an orangey peach, and of course that's the one that like drew me in. So the middle one is called Peach, used last night at the Golden Globes on Jessica J. Okay, I am intrigued. I probably will be picking one of these up. It's not like I'm gonna throw myself at the website and just buy it at launch, but I can totally see myself trying this one out, mainly because I am so loving the other formulas that she has in this packaging, except the contour. That one actually isn't my favorite. Next thing that I am slightly intrigued by as well is that ABH came out with some new colors in their lipsticks, glosses, and lip liners. And even though I like the formula of the glosses and lipsticks, I don't love them so much that I feel like I need another shade. The lip liners though, the lip liners are really good. Like, I use the two lip liners I have all the time, and I kind of want to pick up another shade or two, but I think I want to see them in real life, and I keep forgetting when I'm like at Sephora to like actually look at the makeup. So I think that's one of the things, next time I'm in a Sephora, I'm gonna try and remember to go to the ABH counter and just swatch some of the lip liners, because I use those all the time. But there are a couple of colors that I could totally see myself like looking for when it comes to lip liners. I think these are available January 9th. What is today? 12th. They're definitely available. I got so many tags in this one, and I feel like it's like, you know me so well. I love orange makeup. I'm even wearing this orange gloss today. Should I put some more on? It's from the Wings collection. But e.l.f. is coming out with 4 new shades of their lip lacquers, and it's like blah blah blah, pinks and berries, nobody cares, but look at that orange. Look at that orange. It's called Orange Blossom, and I will say I do have 2 orange lip products from e.l.f. They're beautiful, and they're both a really nice shade of orange as well, which gives me a lot of hope that they're going to be able to pull this orange shade off as well. So I could be intrigued by this. $3 each. I will say the Target that I go to here has a really good selection of e.l.f. and they usually get the news of e.l.f. as well. And they also get they have a Colourpop stand. Let's talk about that next. So I think next time I go to Target, or maybe I'll convince Ricardo that we really need to go to Target soon. I'll definitely look into this, because let's talk about the new, let's see if I can get a good picture of this, or if I'm doing a video or something. But this was up at Trend Mood, and she is announcing that Colourpop is bringing even more things to their Target collection, which shows that they have more plans for Colourpop at Target. It seems like there are different things, and I kind of like it, because I mean, you have an Ulta at Target. Some of Targets have Ulta. I don't know if all of them do. My Target has an Ulta, but they don't have Colourpop. But I can find Colourpop at the normal like drugstore beauty section at Target, and they have a big Colourpop stand. Most of the things are actually sold out at my Target, and it seems like they're gonna have a different selection of Colourpop items at the Target than they have in normal Ultas that are not in Target. I do think it's smart to have different products, but also like at some point you will end up repeating yourself. I also think that like Target does not have testers and Ulta does have testers, and I think that that is why they're doing this, the packaging with the clear lid so that people can see what they're buying. I don't know if I will be sent this or not. I have no idea, but I am very, very intrigued. And it seems like they are coming in with a lot of things that are available at Ulta as well, like the skin tints and all of that. I want to get the green and the blue palette. I think they look really pretty. I am seeing myself getting those. Last time when Colourpop had a drop at Target, Colourpop did send me a box of goodies, but it did only include the more neutral palette, so I actually didn't end up doing something with that. I think I gave them away to a neighbor, or did I put them in a giveaway? I'm not 100% sure, but I didn't touch them, so I gave them away. And I'm thinking that maybe this time instead, I'll just go and buy the 2 palettes that I'm interested in, and maybe we can do a Colourpop at Target video. I would like that, because I think that the blue and the green palette looks really interesting. I would love to hear your thoughts about that. Oh, also, thank you so much to everyone who gave me a heads up that my code was not working at Colourpop. I was not the only one that had that problem. Colourpop was apparently having a problem with a lot of the codes on the site, but it is fixed now, and if you use the code Angelica, you will get some money off at the Colourpop website. Thank you so much for everyone who uses, or at least try to use, my code. It is really helpful. It really does help out. It also shows Colourpop that you are coming from me, like when you're using my code. They're also releasing or re-releasing, or like I'm not 100% sure if they are releasing, re-releasing, or re-promoting. I'm not 100% sure. The Lux Lipsticks. So wait, it says New Year, same amazing formula. Meet the permanent lineup of our Lux lipsticks. Our iconic formula comes in 31 shades that glide on effortlessly for a comfy, luxurious feel. All shades, including 17 new shades. If I had just continued reading and not like stopped at the first paragraph like a dum-dum, I would have been able to give you the correct information. And one bring back. Ooh. How I wish that they would bring back Check Please, but I think it's too orange. I think it's too orange, and it's not what people are looking for, but I will say Check Please is beautiful. There is a shade here. I don't remember what it is. Wait, they show me a shade chart. Let me see. There is a shade here that is called Foolish, and that is more like a burnt orange. So if you were looking for more of an orangey one, Foolish is more of a burnt orange. I have had that one from before, so if you were looking for an orangey luxe lipstick, that is the one. I actually like the luxe lipsticks from Colourpop, but I actually think I decluttered a bunch of mine. I only think I have 2 left because they kept discontinuing all of the shades, and I think that now they have decided this is our permanent range and they're making this decision. And I think I got rid of mine because I'm like, nothing was ever in stock, nothing was ever available, and sometimes people do get annoyed when you use stuff that's not in stock. And since there were not maybe 1,000,000% unique shades, I only kept the 2 shades that were truly unique. So I don't know if this will make me use the luxe lipsticks more, maybe, because I don't want to annoy you. At the same time as I want to use my favorites, I don't want to annoy you and keep using stuff that's not available, where I can easily use something that's super similar that's actually available. Let me know how you feel about this. This is just me talking from a work perspective, and I understand that we sometimes have different perspectives. But yeah, my favorite shade of all time is Check Please. It's a bright orange, and yeah, unsurprisingly, they didn't bring that one back. Speaking of orangey shades, this is the new shades from Fenty. Fenty's releasing 3 new shades and a red lipstick, red lipstick case. Red edition of Icon the Case. So this is available the 13th, and there are 3 new shades, and it is Danger, Dancer, Freak, Went Flyer, and Kiss in Cutie. There is a tomato red with warm orange tones. That does make me excited because this is a lipstick that I haven't tried this formula, and I would like to try this formula because I actually get along with quite a lot of things from the Fenty range. It works out really, really good for me. The Eavesdrop foundation is one of my favorite foundations, my most trustworthy foundations. I love that bright concealer that she has as well. The powder bronzer is probably at this point my most used bronzer in my collection, and I would like to try this lipstick because I think it looks really beautiful. The orangey red, I think it looks more orange in the swatch than it does in the case, but like, have you tried this formula? Is it a nice formula? Is it worth picking up now that they're releasing a shade that seems more up my alley? I also got a lot of tags in this one, and this is from Trixie Cosmetics, and it is launching a new palette that is, let me see the actual name because I think that this is like a version 2. So this is the revamp of our first ever palette featuring 4 new shades that take it from a regular daytime to an after hours fairy. And this is called Nighttime Realness instead of Daytime Realness. I love that the marketing of this is that Trixie's just saying blue is a neutral. I love that. I am very intrigued in this, but I just got that Thunder palette from Color Drain, and I've only used it once so far, so I really am in no position to buy another palette. Is this really going to be the first time that I try Trixie Cosmetics? I don't know. Oh, I have tried a cream blush and a lipstick from Trixie, so what am I talking about? I think, and I'm going to be honest, I think I would rather buy the blue one from Colourpop. That's just how I feel. Maybe I'm incorrect. Just like, sometimes you have to go with your gut feeling, and I am a little bit more intrigued by the one from Colourpop and to buy the blue and the green than I am by this one. Although I will say I do think that this one looks very pretty, but just very similar to that Thunder palette that I just bought and have only used once. There are some new affordable foundations and concealers from Essence. These are available at Ulta. I will link them down below. This is the Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Foundation for $6.99 and the Keep Me Covered Concealer for $4.99. That is incredibly affordable, but the shade range, I don't hate the shade range of the concealers as much as I hate the shade range of the foundations because there is such a big difference from the 2 last foundation shades. And when you look at the first 6 shades of foundation, there's not that much of a difference. And I understand brands are probably gonna be like, this is what sells. Of course this is what sells. If this is the foundation range that you have always been offering, people of a different skin tone, they're not even looking towards your brand. Like, they don't care about your brand. And I really do think that you can get a good shade range, or at least a little bit more of a fair shade range with this amount of shades, but not when you have like 8 light fair and then just cherry picking a couple of like tan dark shade. Like, it just comes off a little icky. I don't know, it could be this picture that's totally wrong. Again, you can see by my skin color that I don't have a darker skin tone, so I don't 100% know if you look at this and you're like, no, what are you talking about? I can definitely see my shade here, because I think sometimes also as a white creator, I think it's important not to speak over people. Like, I want to know what you think about this. Do you think that you can find your shade here or not? I'm just giving you my opinions of how I felt initially seeing this, because I feel like there's a lot of really light shades to choose from, and there's actually only one darker shade, and that one also looks not super deep. Again, I would love to hear your thoughts about that. We did talk about this some time ago, that Glossier is coming to Sephora, and it seems like it's like now it's happening, because they did say, when was that, this summer, that like Glossier was going to come into Sephora in the beginning of 2023, which is now, it's January, and it seems like they're coming in with a, I don't think they're gonna have a gauntlet. This is just me guessing. I think they're gonna be like one of those new at Sephora. I might be wrong, but I don't foresee Glossier having a big stand at Sephora. I expect them to be more like some brands are, like a little bit like new, hot and trendy. Like, I think it's gonna be like that, and they're gonna see how it goes. It seems like there's gonna be a new product as well. It's a Glossier deodorant. I don't care even a little bit. But yeah, give me your thoughts about this. Are you excited about this? I never really was a Glossier girl. I did do a full face of Glossier, just trying stuff out, but it's not really for me. I didn't love using it, because I like makeup that shows up. I mean, you can tell I don't do the whole no makeup. I'd rather just do no makeup then. That seems like the most comfortable thing, but we all have different journeys, and I know a lot of people probably are really excited about seeing Glossier at Sephora. I would love to hear your thoughts about it. Tarte is really coming out with a lot of new products right now, and they're also coming out with the Glowlight blush cheek and lip tint, right? Lip and cheek watercolor even, and I think this is just going to be a sheer tint for your lips and your cheeks. None of these, there are 3 colors, none of these colors are really for me. I have been really enjoying the things that I have from Tarte lately. If I see this in store and it looks really beautiful in real life, I could be open for a suggestion, but just seeing it right now, I don't think this is going to be for me. It is available though, I will link it down below. There's also seemingly coming some news from Sephora brand. It seems to be a sneak peek into spring 2023. It seems to be blushes, highlighters, and more, and this looks nice. I did try quite a few things from Sephora brand. I think that was last spring, and honestly, I kind of liked a lot of it. Some of it I did give away to a friend. I actually had a neighbor come over, and she did take some of the Sephora collection that I decluttered. Some of the things I still have in my collection and very much enjoy. I think that overall it is a solid brand. It's definitely not a throwaway bad quality brand. It is quite a decent brand. I did see those new eyeshadow palettes in real life at Sephora, and they are very, very muted compared to the pictures online. Just know that what you think looks like a bright blue shimmer, it is not that. I saw them and I was like, oh, I guess we turned the saturation up when we photographed these. So I do think that this is going to be exciting. I have a highlighter that I kept that I really like from them. I could be open for trying more things. Heads up though, the eyeshadow palettes, they don't really look like they do online, according to me. Just me and my personal opinion, just take the saturation down quite a few notches. That's how I experienced them. There's a new palette coming from Adept Cosmetics. I think this one is releasing next Friday. This is an inspired palette. I will 100% say that I don't know what it's inspired by. I'm guessing it's inspired by something that she does not have, like, she hasn't paid for like the legal rights to use it, so she's inspired by something but she doesn't like say what, which again, not the worst ideas. Like, if it's more of a like, if you know, you know. This is 6 multichromes, 2 duochromes shimmers, 1 duochrome, 1 shimmer, and 5 matte pigments. Oh, they're matte pigments. You know, I saw, who did I see saying that? I saw a European YouTuber being like, oh, these eye pigments are not even eyeshadows. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's okay if you're American and you say that, but like, you're in Europe. Yes, those are eyeshadows in Europe. So what she's trying to say here is that the FDA has not looked into some of these pigments yet, but the EU did, and they have deemed them to be eye safe. So in Europe, these would be eyeshadows, but in the US, they are still seen as pigment. And this is usually the only difference between pigments and eyeshadows. It's that they are using dyes and special colors that are not deemed as eye safe in the US, but they are in Europe due to them being able to sometimes stain the skin. That is usually 99% of the times. That's the reason why eyeshadows sometimes are called pigments. But yeah, this one is apparently eye safe in the EU, which are most pigment palettes. There are sold as pigment palettes. This is just a discussion that's been going on and on forever. I feel like Norvina destroyed this when like Subculture came out. I talked about that before, with this whole excusing bad quality eyeshadows for being pigments, and it's like, that's not how any of that works. Okay. This one is beautiful. It's gonna be $68. Do you think that I should be trying this one? Do you think I should be reviewing this one? Because there is a lot of mattes in here, like a lot for Adept Cosmetics standards. Let me know what you think, because for me, one of the things that normally holds me back from Adept Cosmetics is that I love mattes. I mean, I'm wearing a matte look today. I love mattes, and Adept Cosmetics loves shimmers. And that is totally fine. We all have our preferences, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Let me know down below. This is confusing to me. I don't want to be a hater, but like, what is this? This is from Orion Beauty. Listen, I'm like over here being like, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you, Orion Beauty, and then you release this. That promo picture looks sad. That promo picture looks like it's from 2002. The eyeshadow palette, it's a neutral with two pinky shimmers. Some people will probably love that, but like, no, not for me. I love the r.e.m. Beauty lipsticks, and I love the r.e.m. Beauty highlighters, and think they're absolutely amazing. This looks super boring. Not for me. At least not this release. At least not what I'm seeing in this release. These are also available at Ulta right now, but I think they sold out. And this is the Lowlight Liquid Contour by Flower Beauty. It comes in 3 shades, which is not ideal, but still one more than... It's still one more than Charlotte Tilbury has. It's $14.49 each, and I didn't pick this one up myself because like I am in the process of trying this one, and I don't need to be reviewing like everything that's being released. It's perfectly fine to like reel it in a little bit. I did like the highlighter from Flower Beauty. I will say that it is not as good as the Charlotte Tilbury one. The Charlotte Tilbury one is a little bit more effortless and like see-through on the skin, and the Flower Beauty one can appear a little bit more like a liquid eyeshadow if you're not careful with it. Not a bad product, but not my not so good that it's like, oh, I need to try the contour product. That's where I'm at with that one. Not bad, but also not blowing me away. Ooh, let's talk about Chantecaille, because Chantecaille, they're releasing their spring 2023, and for me, this is the best packaging that they have ever done. I know some people are like head over heels for the animals. I think that this is the best that they've ever done. I actually think this looks very appealing, very spring-like, very fresh with the glossy, and I like this a lot. The blushes look beautiful. It's pink blushes. I don't need that, and especially do not need it for $75. The quad looks very light, and I like light, but I like the contrast. Had that brown been a bit darker, I could have been like, oh, maybe I should try Chantecaille, but it's just, all of them are just too light for my liking. The lipsticks look stunning, but they're all pink as well. But I will say, this is the only time, because I feel like sometimes people are like, oh my god, Chantecaille packaging is so beautiful, I bought it for the packaging. I've never felt that. This is the first time where I'm like, oh, I could see myself buying this for the packaging, because the packaging is stunning, and you see on the sides, it is like colored metallic. Let me actually put a picture up here so you can see. You can see the green is like metallic when you're super beautiful. Very, very aesthetically pleasing packaging. love everything about it. It's just the colors are not for me. I'm pretty sure that this one is available, and this is from Necromancy Cosmetica, and this is the Swamp of Sorrows palette. It is now available, and it is $36, and it's one of those, like, it's an accordion. You open it up, it's like a little accordion palette. I actually think that that's pretty cute, because like when you open it up, it's still just a rectangular palette. It seems like the shades are pretty big. I could be mistaken. Have you tried this brand? It's like, is the eyeshadows nice quality? Because I love this color story with the grungy greens. I think that's really, really pretty. Are they all matte? Are they all matte? Some might be a little bit more on the satiny side, but they do seem, yeah, some of them seem to be more like a shimmer satin, and some of them seem to be matte. I do think it looks really pretty. I'm right now trying to buy as little eyeshadow as possible, but looking at this, I'm like, oh yeah, that definitely could have been something for me. I do like how it looks. Urban Decay is out here doing a Lunar New Year, and this is the Robin Eisenberg, which is the one that they collab with for the last, the Naked palette. That was like a little, oh my god, I saw that in real life. It is exactly as sad as I thought it was gonna be. Whoever says they're loving that, I no longer trust your opinions about eyeshadow, because I saw it and I swatched it and I was like, no. It is very, according to me, basic. Yeah, no. I didn't like that at all. I felt like they had the opportunity to do something cool, and I feel like they bailed out and just did shimmers, and that's just my opinion. If you feel differently, that's fine. I just know then that you and I don't have the same taste in eyeshadows. Now they're coming out with a Lunar New Year collection with Robin Eisenberg, and I honestly think the front is really, really cute with the bunny as well, and it is heated red eyeshadow hues. 2 shimmers, 2 mattes. Don't hate it. You could probably do a really, really cute crease with that muted red and the peach. I don't think that quad is actually a bad idea at all. I honestly think that that's probably the best eyeshadow story, color story that they have done in a really long time. The other palette, the Naked one, could have been. It could have been, but it's lacking a darker matte that makes sense, which for some reason palettes from Urban Decay always does. I don't know what's going on. Again, these are my opinions. If you have that and you love it, listen, good for you. You bought something that you love. That's great news. Should we, let me just double check that we don't have anything new that's like been announced while I sit here and talk, because that happens sometimes and I get so annoyed with myself when I'm like done filming and then I'm like, oh, great. This is where I'm at. I want to end talking about the fact that Morphe has closed all their stores. This isn't really like a new makeup release, but I still think it's worth talking about. They closed all of their stores in between Christmas and New Year's, and I am not surprised. I mean, I talked about this a while ago, like Morphe and Forma Brands was in trouble and they needed to do something, and I will link that video down below in case you're interested in hearing my thoughts about that. I'm still very happy about that video, and I feel like now seeing how all of this evolved, I feel like I was pretty correct in my assumptions with the stores and everything. I am very sad to see how they went about this, because they apparently just let some employees, they gave a couple of days notice. Some employees, they basically just told the day that they came in, like, this is your last day at work, wrap this up, we're leaving, which, I mean, honestly, is devastating. Just around Christmas to know that, like, come a new year, you're unemployed, that's devastating. I understand that they cannot make I understand what they're coming from, like, oh, if we make an announcement a couple of months in ahead, no, like, it's the stores are gonna do even worse, and I don't know, maybe the stock is gonna, I don't know if they're like public or not, but it's like, this is just mean. Like, now people think you're a mean, bad brand. That's bad press. And with that being said, Morphe's not going anywhere. Morphe Online's still gonna be here. Okay, this is way later. Hello, Angie from the future. I'm here with Tesla and Kitty Cat. Oh, I'm so cozy. I just wanted to let you know that Morphe officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I read the article, but just wanted to let you know that I saw the article and they're officially filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I still don't think they're going away, but this shows that the emergency with Morphe was even bigger than anticipated. This is why they closed the stores so quickly, because they knew that they needed to cut as many losses as possible, because damn, they're going bankrupt. They're going bankrupt. I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Chapter 11 bankruptcy does not mean that they're going out of business. It just means that they are in debt, but they still want to be open. So this is a last resort. Hi baby. This is a last resort to try and find ways to be able to keep in business and to find more money. Are you agreeing, baby? Agreeing? Anyways, I just wanted to let you know. I will link the article down below. I'll talk more about this if you want to once we know more. Tesla agrees. Morphe is affordable, but there are other brands out there at an equal price point with better quality products, more exciting color stories, and more fun, high quality packaging. And I think that when you scaled back the influencer hype, what was left was just a kind of a boring, mediocre brand, and I think that that was the beginning of the end. Okay, please let me know your thoughts about all of these things. I don't mean to be mean. Listen, if Morphe is your absolute favorite brand and you love stuff from them, they're still going to be around. They're just not going to have their freestanding stores anymore. And I've also heard that the quality of Morphe has gone up, that some of their eyeshadow palettes have been really good. I tried some of their eyeshadow palettes, I want to say 2 years ago, and I put both of them as my least favorite palettes of the year when I did my yearly ranking, because I thought the quality was really mediocre at best. So, I mean, I'm happy to hear that they have improved since then. Also, this is just very random, but thank you so much for making this year's, like December's eyeshadow palette declutter video my most watched video ever. It's my most popular video ever, and I'm excited because it shows me that it wasn't a fluke. You know, I don't do viral videos. I don't do videos that get like even 50,000 views on a regular. And for me to get a video that's now my most watched video ever, it shows me that I still can make content that can appeal to a lot of people. And actually that gave me a huge confidence boost. So thank you so much if you watched it. Thank you so much. And if you didn't watch it, maybe you should. Maybe you should. My palette ranking from last year, also doing really good. It has 70,000 views. If you didn't watch it, maybe that also could be a fun video. Just makes me very happy to see my content do good. Makes me happy to see you like what I do. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for liking. Thank you for leaving a comment. Thank you for sharing my videos. It really makes me super happy to see you enjoy what I do here on YouTube. I mean, I do this because it's fun, first and foremost. I don't have to do this as a job. I definitely have other options that I could be doing, but I'm just so excited that I'm still liking it and that you still seem to like it as well. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. I hope you're having a really good weekend, and I will see you again probably Monday for a new video. Bye!